Good morning. This is Pastor Stephanie, and I wanted to give a personal message, encouragement, and challenge for our community. Every year, West Hills Covenant Church participates in Southwest Hope. And Southwest Hope is a time when a lot of different organizations and faith communities come together to restock our local food pantry through Neighborhood House. Neighborhood House is a nonprofit where neighbors are helping neighbors. This is the one time a year where we fill this pantry, but this year particularly is very unique. The food pantry clients has increased almost triple this past year. So it has gone from 3,000 to nearly 8,000 clients. That's an increase of 5,000 people. Neighborhood House has gotten creative, as we all have had to, and has begun to do at-home deliveries. They've partnered with immigrant communities and low-income housing to be able to bring nutritious food to those who are hungry and most affected. Acts 10 tells us that Jesus went about doing good. And I love that Jesus calls us not to just cognitively know who Jesus is, but to live like Jesus. And our Jesus went about doing good. God commanded us to love God and to love our neighbors. And this is neighbors near and far, strangers and friends, even enemies. But here in this moment, we are given an opportunity to love our literal neighbors in our backyard. We're going to do a number of different things with Southwest Hope. There's a fun run and other screenings and activities and ways to participate. But two that I really want to share about the food pantry is one, we're going to do a food drive March 1st through 4th at the church, and you could drop off your donations. You could see what the things that they need on the weekly update. But something that we are doing that we haven't done before here in my time at West Hills is that we're going to do a one-to-one matching program. So we found out that they can actually get 4 pounds of food for just $1, that they can actually get more nutritious food in the hands of our neighbors if we give cash donations. And so our church wants to match one-to-one for $1,000 for us to donate to the food pantry this year. So what you can do is you could write a check to West Hills Covenant Church. You could put Southwest Hope in the memo. You can also give online to the general designated fund and make sure that you put Southwest Hope in there. And let's raise and match at least $1,000, if not more, for our neighbors. When Paul and Barnabas are sent off by James, John, and Peter to go to the Gentiles, they asked them one thing, and they said, "One thing I ask is that you would remember the poor." And Paul's response was, "It was the very thing I was eager to do." May we be eager to remember, not just in our mind, but in our bodies and in our sacrifice and giving, the poor among us, whom Jesus came to go about doing good, to preach good news to the poor, to feed the hungry, to set all the captives free. May we be about this liberating good news work here in the world, in our nation, in our city, and our local communities. Be blessed, and may you have the joy of giving.